Well, hi, we're promoting a 2 Saturday afternoon approach to the Pancha-Kośa paradigm as seen in the Taittiriya Upanishad.
The wisdom texts I find so fascinating in that the Vedas, where the priests were the ones who really held the wisdom, but with the Upanishads it became apparent from these people who've gone through deep, deep meditative contemplative states that we each have that capacity. And what John has done with his own text, and what we'll be looking at, is he's put together these charts, that help us understand the text. And it's a graphic way to understand from the physical to the vital body, to the body to the intuitive body, to the body of discernment, and the different parts therein.
Now, one of the things that we're going to be exploring here, which is almost never really talked about, even though people talk about the Pancha-Kośa paradigm, you see it often included as a topic in yoga teacher trainings, but what most people aren't aware of is that even though the basic paradigm itself is really quite profound, having these 5 different levels, in the original text, each one of these levels is further broken down into 5 components. So we're going to get into the details of it, and particularly the more inner koshas, the breakdown is actually really quite thought-provoking and ends up providing us with a lot of things to think about in terms of how our worldview is structured and how we can actually deconstruct the biases and prejudices of that worldview in the interest of getting down to something that is on a more essential spiritual level. And of course, one of the things that we really want to do here is present the idea that this is not just something that is a Hindu point of view. There's something very universal in the incisive analysis that this paradigm provides. And so, this text, if properly approached, can be accessed by anybody that has an interest in deepening their own spiritual sensitivities and getting into the most core levels of their own being and awareness.
So for the Annamaya Kosha, for instance, we'll be exploring Tadasana in depth. And Guruji, again, in Light on Life, has a lot to talk about with physical stability, how that is a foundation. And that word is used in the text. Whereas in the Anandamaya Kosha, Guruji talks about Shavasana, and how in Shavasana we begin to release all those threads of identity that tie us with our old memories and with reactive thinking. So going from Tadasana to Shavasana and everything in between. So in theory, in practice, as John said, the body, the breath, the mind, and the contemplative. It'll be a great session.
It will.